Next. This driver certainly closed out his career in style, contending for the premier championship in American motorsports. He made the chase, finished 8th in points, and tonight as he walks across this stage for the final time as a driver, is receiving a point fund check for $1,201,850. He won 55 races over the course of his 25 years, the 8th best victory total in NASCAR Nextel Cup history. He won the 1989 Series Championship. Along the way, he also won over the hearts of millions of race fans. Clearly, it was a legendary career for a driver who made the fans of number 2 always feel like number 1. The driver of the Miller Lite Dodge, Rusty Wallace.
Cup Series, 8th place.
He didn't start out to be like another race car driver. He started out to blaze a trail by saying, "Hey, I'm Rusty Wallace."
He's been a big asset to the sport and has helped move the sport to where it is today. Rusty Wallace.
I just hope they say that kid can run with him, you know.
Look at this photograph. Every time I do, it makes me laugh.
A lot of people looked at me, here's this new kid out of St. Louis. My first win in 1986 was a heck of a win.
The young driver from St. Louis, Missouri, the former Rookie of the Year, Wallace, gets the checkered flag. First victory for Rusty Wallace.
And 4 weeks later, we won Martinsville. That was my second win. Then I felt like then I finally have arrived.
Every memory is looking out the front door. I found the photo of the friend that I was looking for. It's hard to say it, time to say it. Goodbye, goodbye.
My number one goal is to win a championship. All right? You can't win a championship until you're in the chase.
This could be the last time.
Last call for Rusty Wallace.
Running second spot.
Now he's going to look inside.
All right, guys, let's get ready here.
Good battle with Jeff Gordon and Rusty Wallace now.
Rusty with the block.
That's just a display of strength. Rusty under the gun.
Doing a great job. Keep putting them laps down.
I could relive those days. I know the one thing that would never change.
I want to go out rock and roll, man, and take a name.
The battle for the lead is on.
Still racing furiously. Man's hitting the Nicholsworth right now.
Get in this car and light this wick and go, man. And I'm going to miss that. And I'm going to miss hearing the 2 cars passing 3 wide, and here he's coming, he's going for the victory. I'm going to listen. I'm going to miss hearing that, you know. You know, I'm going to miss being in the center of it.
Every time I do, it makes me.
Please welcome driver of the number 2 Miller Lite Dodge from St. Louis, Missouri, Rusty Wallace.
Oh man, I tell you what, I used to make fun of Jeff Gordon for getting teary-eyed, you know. Called him a wimp and all that, but learned that from Earnhardt, didn't I, Richard? But anyway, it's gonna be an emotional night for me, no doubt about that, because I'm gonna miss all you guys. But I'll be around at the track, doing things like that. But boy, it's been a great ride. I'll tell you what, I mean, I remember starting back a long time ago, racing with Petty and Pearson and Yarborough, and those guys kicking my tail and me learning so much. And here I am going out right now, and you got these hot shots coming in now, and boy, are they good nowadays. Tony, you're doing it, man, I'll tell you. Wish you could have made it this morning, buddy. I mean, I got to tell you, Lisa, she's hot. She's mad. She told me a little while, she's going to rough you up, but you'll be okay. Just sober up next time, we'll let you in. Hey, he's a short tracker, man. He knows how to do this stuff. But anyway, congratulations on your great job, man. You just really did a great job. And JD and Zippy and engine guys, Bob, all you guys are just fabulous. I want to, you know, I ended my career the way I hoped I could. I got a great leader, Larry Carter. Larry, would you stand up, please? And Roger Penske and Kathy and Walt and Greg and Don. Guys are awesome, man. We had a good career. We won a lot of races, 55, and And Matt and Ryan, great job, buddy. I know I roughed you up a little bit, but hey, you're tough. But making the chase was really cool. I mean, to end my career with being real competitive still, and a lot of second places, a lot of top fives and things like that really, really felt good. And to get here in New York was the proper way to end it. I always hoped, my fear would be something go wrong and performance level go down, and I couldn't get here. But I got here, and I just want to thank you guys for accepting me here. And I want to thank my whole entire Penske team, led by John Erickson, to get this done, and Larry Carter. It was just a neat time. You know, the one thing I've learned about this whole NASCAR thing is you meet a lot of fabulous people. I've met a lot of cool people along the way, and I'll never forget that. But, you know, we couldn't do it without the sponsors, and I've got one of the longest acting relationships with any sponsor in the country, I think outside STP, with Richard Petty, and that's in the Miller Brewing Company. They've moved with me now for 16 years. I've got another 7 years on my contract with them yet. Really cool company. You know, as I look around the room, I see a lot of great guys. I see Stu Grant down there with Goodyear. I rode on the Goodyear Eagles my whole entire life. And I'm still standing. You know, they've been great tires and been wonderful, and couldn't do it without all the great associate sponsors and all the sponsors that have supported me my whole career. It's just wonderful people. And I'm like, I think Kurt said a little while ago, you know, it's gonna take me forever to talk about them, but they're there. They spent a lot of money, just like Mr. Ardell spent on Tony and all the guys. It takes a lot of money, these hot rods, don't it, Zippy? I mean, you guys use a lot of parts. I know you do. It takes a lot of money to do this, and so these companies have really helped me along the way. I want to thank NASCAR, Mr. France. I love seeing you here still. It's great. Lisa and Brian and Betty Jane. It's fun hanging out with you guys. You know how to party well. I know that. You got good wine. But I'd like to thank my team. Dick Pacer, Captain Billy Brooks, and everyone at RWI Racing that stands behind me and helps me along the way. The fans, man, I tell you what, I told them, I said, I used to stand up and get in those drivers' introduction, and 3/4 of them would boo you. And then some of them would cheer for you. Now this year I'm retiring, and they all stand up and cheer. I'm like, man, you got to retire or be dead to get a hand nowadays, you know? But they've really been good to me, and I just want to thank the fans for supporting me along the way. It's just been fabulous. You know, I've been racing for 33 years. We were talking earlier. I started when I was 16 years old. I'm 49. 33 years of racing, and 25 in NASCAR, Carl. It's a lot of racing, isn't it? Him and I started racing back in the short track days with a fellow by the name of Mike Miller. Helped us out a lot, and my how time changes now. Well, a lot of great companies, a lot of great drivers to race with. Jimmy and Jeff, and I'm looking around just trying to pick some out, and Ryan and everybody. It's just been, I'm honored to be able to drive with you guys, because the technology out there nowadays is fabulous, and the way these drivers use it. And I got roughed up quite a bit myself, being so old school. But I did come along at the very end there, and it really helped me out. But I'm really looking forward to a little bit of time off. I'm looking forward to spending the time I deserve with my wife Patty and Greg and Katie and Steven. It's going to be a lot of fun. Steven's down to Snowball Derby right now racing. Can't get that out of his blood. So he's having a good time. But, you know, one of the biggest things I'm probably really going to miss is driving that #2 car. Because I tell you what, that's a cool car. I've always liked that car. Yeah, that number just is just a special sounding number. I always used to tell Earnhardt, I'm one ahead of you, buddy. You're #3, I'm #2. And then he went and bought the #1 and put it on his airplane. Guy always had to be one up on us all the time, you know. But, you know, I know Kurt's going to do a great job in that car. He really would. I know he's going to drive it hard. He's going to respect it. He's going to do well behind it, because I tell you what, that old car's one hell of a hot rod. It's going to run good for him. Well, I just want to thank everybody for supporting me my whole career. I'll be around doing some things at the track and having a great time. And I hope everybody has happy holidays. And I'll be thinking of everybody. And I'm going to go a little skiing. I didn't ski last year because I was always afraid of breaking my leg. But this time I'm going to ski like hell. We're going to have some fun this year, and that's it. And again, everybody who's supporting it's just everybody. I'm looking at all these wonderful faces out here. I know everybody, and thank you for putting up with me and supporting me. I had a great year. I felt like I went out on top. You guys really showed me tons of respect, and thank you very much. know how I glance around and I keep forgetting people. I forgot the big cheese, Mike Helton. Michael, thank you very much for everything, too.
And you're still not done.
I'm not done.
You're not done. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome Brian France, Tim Donahue, and Roger Penske.
Good evening, everybody. Real quick, I want to share two quick things about Rusty that, number one, we're going to miss him. But two things about Rusty that I'll always remember. Number one, whenever we needed him to do something to help build the sport, he only had one word: yes, and he did. Thank you so much, Rusty, for everything you've done. The second thing, and this is something I still share with all the young drivers who come into the sport today, he always talked about winning. Wasn't happy just to be there. I got to get this hot rod to victory lane. That's what we're going to try to do today. So I always tell our young people, follow Rusty's lead. Don't be happy to be here. Compete as hard as he did. Rusty, we're going to miss you. You had one hell of a career. You'll always be our friend.
Rusty, I just wanted to say on behalf of Nextel and now Sprint Nextel, when we first came into this sponsorship, you embraced us. You helped us integrate, you helped show us the way, and we'll be forever grateful for that. But much more importantly, you're one hell of a guy and did a wonderful, wonderful job for this sport. And we respect you, we admire you, and we wish you the best.
Rusty, I didn't know you were going to have to retire to get me up on this stage.
Boss.
We sure did. But, you know, we go back together over 20 years. And when I look in the room and I see the drivers and I see the car owners, just think about a relationship that goes back 20-plus years. Rusty, you're a great guy. You've been a friend. You've been a partner. And let me tell you, all your fans, the people from Miller Brewing Company, we think you're the best. And let me thank you. We love you. Thank you.
Thank you, Boss.
And in that plaque is Rusty's original Rookie of the Year application. Ladies and gentlemen, your 8th place finisher, former series champion Rusty Wallace.